To wrap up our Monetiser track, sponsored by Unity, I'd like to introduce Tracy Hutson from ViRSE, and we're going to learn about using virtual shops to increase real-life sales during social distancing and other unrest. So, Tracy, are you ready to take it away?
Hi. Can you see me okay?
Yes, and we can hear you just fine. Thank you.
Hi. We're also waiting for Neil from the team, if he's here as well. And we also have Guy, I believe. But thank you for having us in these wild and crazy times. I'm here to, oh, there he is.
There we go. No? That's me, and that's Guy on there as well.
Hello. Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys. Sorry, I was going to do a quick thing.
So we were just getting started, Neil. So if you want to kick it off and say why we're here.
No, go ahead, Tracy. I mean, our talk basically is about using gaming technology or ViRSE to increase sales engagement in the quarantine and beyond. And maybe you want to just start with kind of some background on everything and yourself and everything like that.
Sure. I am a part of Team ViRSE. I'm a co-founder. My background is in interior design and also entertainment. I was on a show, Extreme Home Makeover, for over 10 years. Picker Sisters on Lifetime, and so on and so forth. I have a show on Facebook right now, Hollywood DIY. But what really drew me to ViRSE was seeing, especially in this time that we're having right now in this crazy pandemic, there's just been this void of consumer to buyer, even with my clients, my interior design clients here in Los Angeles. Everyone is wanting to have the experience to really see what their homes or their businesses will look like before we pull the trigger and purchase. So to have that capability, which is what ViRSE is working on and what we're able to offer, and it's all coming together beautifully, but it's really bringing these two worlds together where you can have this virtual experience and really feel comfortable with your purchases before you actually go the distance and buy them, because who wants to return anything, if you will. So it's the fantasy of having this virtual habitat, your whole world that you create and you can invite friends to come into, and the capability to go forward and choose items, fashion, interiors, which of course is what really drew me, and as far as even artwork and accessories, and really just bring your entire space together so that it reflects who you are, and you also can move forward and purchase pieces through these companies that we're starting to work with and partner with. So to me, that is mind-blowing, if you will, that you can have this entire space. Here you can see on the screen right now is an example of a loft space. So you really have these whole communities where, again, you can invite your friends to come over, have these parties, which I'm sure we all miss and are just now starting to do again with distance. But it gives us that feeling of creating our own space. And again, going back to the decor and the actual furnishings, I mean, I could do this all day, clearly, because this is how I'm hardwired. But to me, even for my clients, to be able to show them what their space will look like is revolutionary.
Well, to just give a little bit more background and why this is a particularly apt time for this technology is that, you know, I was in LA just yesterday, and it's been now over 2 months that the physical shopping experience has been, you know, closed. And on top of that, you know, it looks like it's going to be extended for, you know, the goalposts keep, the goalposts keep moving in terms of when things are going to be reopening. Now, we are going through a bit of a reopening in different cities and states. Right now, I'm in Vegas, which has opened as of last week. There's still going to be some time before consumer habits come back, and if they even do to the same degree, it's questionable. So the technology is basically giving us the ability to recreate, and that's kind of why we're here at PGC, because we're not really a gaming company, but we do use game technologies and game type assets to recreate that experience. And that's essentially what we've been doing. Now, our background and how we got into this is through the hardware business. And several years ago now, our hardware side started with the 3D hardware. And what was special about that, I don't know where that background noise is coming from. What was special about that was that the technology displayed the assets in stereoscopic 3D. I don't know what guy is playing right now, and it seems like he's going all over the place. But that's an example of a store that is the 3D recreation of a 3D of a website. So there's the hardware that we sell. It's called ViRSE. And what's unique about the ViRSE hardware is that it delivers a stereoscopic 3D image. What this works really well with is the use of 3D models to allow the viewing of them as sort of stereoscopic objects. So when you're looking at items as 3D objects on one of our devices, they really kind of pop out of the screen and give you better visual acuity of what it is you're buying as a 3D object. Now, we can't convey this on this particular presentation because none of you that are watching or have the technology. And actually, what we are doing, which is a little promo for our North American clients at the very least, or viewers, is that we are offering people the ability to get a free 3D viewer. I don't have one with me here today. Maybe Tracy, do you have it?
I've got mine.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what that 3D viewer allows you to do, and it's a free little giveaway from ViRSE. And what that 3D viewer allows you to do is that snaps onto any cell phone, and basically it turns your 2D cell phone into a 3D viewing device. And that's free for viewers of this track for hanging around till the very end of the day. For those of you that have stayed up all night from North America, because this started at midnight? It's a reward. So what you do is you basically you can either request it through PGC if you can figure out how to reach us on the Pocket Gamer site on our sponsorship page. But the easiest way to get your free 3D viewer is to go to ViRSE.com, that's ViRSE.com, and request the download of ViRSE. And when you do that, we will respond and get your physical mailing address from you so that you can receive it in the mail. This is snail mail we're talking about, not email, but it will get to you in a couple of days. What we're really trying to do by giving away these devices and sharing with you is to, and this is an audience that's, we're sort of preaching to the choir here, because obviously many of you are game aficionados, so you're very familiar with virtual goods, virtual assets, 3D models, and things like that. But with the device, it allows you to see our inventory in which are virtual goods as 3D, as stereoscopic 3D models. So visit ViRSE.com, download the or request the download. We will respond asking you for your physical address, and we will mail you one of those complimentary VR viewers as a thank you gift for attending our event or attending our talk. And if you are in the, obviously on the development side or the artistic side, we are expanding our team in a sense, and we are basically looking for artists and designers and 3D assets that are licensed, or that are authorized by the brand. So we're looking for branded objects, items like furniture. That's why Tracy is here. Tracy's been instrumental in our outreach, given her experience in extreme home makeover and as an interior designer, as well as being a media celebrity in the world, really. Extreme home makeover was syndicated into a global market. Am I not correct, Tracy?
Well, sure. If I should gloat, yeah, we were in 69 countries at one point. We had 1 billion viewers. It was an amazing platform to have this incredible outreach. And even though it hasn't been on air it is still on air, still syndicated, but technology has changed so much. So there's still that, those relationships that I have with certain vendors and favorite brands, and watching these new and innovative brands come about. But like you were saying, Neil, I think this is just, well, it couldn't be more timely, of course, because of what we are going through and these relationships that we can create to have these 3D models on our platform to then go straight to the consumer. I think that is the most important. And having a variation of styles, not everyone's going to be mid-century, for instance, or whatever it is, but to really be able to curate your own style.
Exactly. And what I think is different about ViRSE, and actually what Tracy is sort of spearheading for ViRSE, which is sort of our technology platform, is the division called Shop ViRSE. And the differentiating factor between Shop ViRSE and the similar types of products that are out there, which, like, for example, this Wayfair, IKEA, some of these big brands all are migrating towards using 3D models. And what we're trying to develop is sort of an agnostic marketplace, because the reality is when you're shopping, it's very unlikely that you're going to buy everything from one merchant for a particular use case, right? I mean, you may buy your table at one merchant and your chairs at another. And when you are, so to sort of facilitate that, we're working with as many brands as possible so that users can create a very realistic room. Maybe Guy, what you want to do is bring up well, you did show us the video of some of the product of the items being placed, but we give you sort of some template. We give users some templated rooms that they can use that resemble what they may be configuring. And they can drop that. They can drop those in. And there's some of the some different items that we have. We've created this UI, and we're expanding this this inventory. What we are also adding, which is a current initiative, because we're still in beta. We're not out in full operation yet. But what we are adding is the ability to activate augmented reality. That means you could obviously take any of these 3D assets and place them into a real life use case. So you could put them into your room. Now, one of the realities of that is that in your current, and why we have also sort of focused on VR versus AR is because if you have an already outfitted room, like an apartment, you can't necessarily move your couch just to allow a 3D model of a couch there. So we combine both. We allow a user to use AR and VR to be able to serve that need the best. And I don't think we have any AR footage yet up because it's really in super early beta, but it's coming, and that's pretty exciting for us. So yeah, we are. Although this is a gaming conference, we're also basically looking for brands. We're looking for designers, and we will be running a larger outreach. So this is the second time that we've been on Pocket Gamer Digital as a sponsor, and a huge thank you to this event, because some of the content has been tremendous and really echoes what we are preaching, so to speak, about the item, the use of virtual goods and sort of the affinity that people have to them. So that's great that everything is running really, really well. Tracy, I'll let you maybe kind of finish up about how excited you are to be a co-founder of this.
Yeah, I am. I mean, just watching the development of, the programs and everything, even in the last few months, it's just accelerated in such a way, even the look and feel of each product, because again, that's my specialty and that's what I do on a daily basis with my day job, if you will. But being able to get the sense and the feel of what these products actually look like is so, the fact that they're on an X, Y, and Z axis, and you can really just move them around in your room with ease and sort of see what they look like. To me, it's just a game changer. So that's really exciting. And I love that in this time of isolation, I'm capable and able to invite friends to come along, really share my space, get their advice, get their input, watching our new products and our that are coming up, or new things that you can add to your room, the artists that we're putting into our arsenal that you can really pull from and customize your space. It's just, you see where it's headed, and it's happening in a fast rate. So it's really just fun to watch it from sort of the ground up, and the sky's the limit. It's just, yeah, it's really exciting.
We're talking about furniture to start, but ultimately we do believe that this can work for multiple verticals and multiple industries. Obviously, as game developers, that rigid virtual goods are easier to sort of replicate than items like clothing. So there's a lot of room for innovation to be able to expand this concept into more areas, but we both see this working on a B2B level, business to business, at a corporate level, as well as business to consumer. Although we are a consumer-facing product initially, so we have great hopes for what ViRSE can do. We're rolling out. Our rollout has sort of been accelerated by the recent sort of pandemic, and in the sense that there's more of a need for it now, but we are continuing to move forward and are very excited about the future. Hi, Michael.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. That's some pretty exciting cutting edge technology. I really like the fact that you're willing to send us out some of those really great attachments to the phone so that I can actually try getting that great stereoscopic view into the products that you've got modeled. Hey, if we wanted to become partners of yours, as you've suggested, how could we do that? Who should we contact?
Probably the easiest way is if you go to our site, ViRSE.com, and when you hit the request download button, because it is beta, it actually opens up an email, and you can introduce yourself, and we would love to reach back out to you. And as we develop our ecosystem, we will have a actual sort of forum or portal for partners to connect with us, and that's part of the rollout.
Fantastic. ViRSE, and go ahead and click download now if you'd like to get in touch with them. Guys, thank you very much for closing out our Monetiser track sponsored by Unity. Thank you.